Hello, dear students of Honours 4th year. This is Tahmina Madam. Hope you are doing well and keeping up your studies as well. Today I am going to take your class on Sailing to Byzantium by W.B. Yeats from your 20th century poetry. And before going to the poem, I would like to tell you about the poet. Sailing to Byzantium was written by the Irish poet W.B. Yeats. W.B. Yeats was born in 1865 in Ireland and died in 1939. He was one of the foremost figures of 20th century literature. He was an enormously influential poet and playwright whose work formed a clear link between the Romantic and modern eras. In 1923, he was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature. And the students, here is the poem which you can read by yourself. Sailing to Byzantium is a poem that focuses on its obsession with the search for ideal spirituality in art and life. It is related to a sister poem, Byzantium. Through this poem, it sought to escape the death and decay of the natural world. The speaker's wish is to be out of nature and to become an eternal form, a crafted work of art. And there are many themes in the poems. Man, nature and eternity are the major themes of this poem. The poem presents two themes, the transience of life and the permanence of nature. The speaker wants to escape from the world where wise people are neglected. And if I go through the poem, I would like to analyze the poem in this way. Sailing to Byzantium focuses on the journey of the soul. Yeats had a long interest in art and culture of Byzantium. You know, Byzantium, originally a Greek colony and later it is Istanbul. The speaker makes a voyage to reach Byzantium, having left behind a country that is not for old men. This could be Ireland or life lived as a mortal in the real world of flesh and blood. The speaker is living because he feels too old, and the country which is living is not for old men. So he is sailing to the city of Byzantium, an ideal city for art and culture. The first two stanzas show the reason for the journey and escape from the cycles of mortality. In the third stanza, the speaker makes a direct plea to the divine. He is sick of the flesh and blood existence. He wants to be like a god and live forever. The speaker does not want anything to do with the natural world. He prefers the imagination to conjure up an all-knowing prophetic creature, a bird, which will sing for all time. It's wanted an eternal existence as a work of art, and spirituality were for him intertwined. Thank you, dear students.